I'm Karen Phillip and I'm discussing our local preschool and childcare provider, the Caves Beach Early Learning Centre. It's a privately owned and operated service established some 16 years ago. The centre caters for babies through to children 6 years of age and preparation for them into primary education. The centre has 45 children each day, and staff have advised a long waiting list exists with children waiting to enrol. The centre has an excellent name within the community and is highly regarded by the community and the parents. The service itself is, I believe, a family-centred service, and from discussions with the director and staff, this certainly seems correct. The service encourages inclusiveness with families and encourages families and grandparents to visit and undertake activities to enhance the children's education, learning, and sense of belonging in their community. The service prides itself on including parents and families in this centre. Looking at the website, while basic, does reiterate this message of inclusion. After lengthy discussions with educators and the staff, all seem to be on exactly the same page. Their monthly staff meetings are strong, and the director is also very strong and seems to ensure continuity of programs, of direction and staff. It's a modern facility. It's licensed through the Department of Education. It's also licensed through Department of Children's Services, and it has accreditation with the department. The centre provides regular information to parents and has a bi-monthly newsletter advising parents of all that has occurred and will occur. The centre recently took possession of a new, large, interactive whiteboard so they can display large pictures for the children's daily activities to show all the parents every afternoon. This goes towards the children's yearly portfolio. The centre also provides parents with a handbook when they first commence at the service. And this handbook is filled with information for parents about teaching staff, programs, room activities, what's expected of parents, how it has an open door policy, and information about fees, childcare benefit, and all the other information parents will need to take into account when they enrol their child. The rational and participatory aspects of the family-centred practice are evident in the way staff actively listen to parents and families, ensuring compassion, empathy, and respect. Educators engage with families on an individual level and seek clarification from families if needed. The philosophy of the centre includes a range of important matters. They understand the importance of what they call reflective practices to allow understandings of their work with the children. They go on to say how they feel it's strong to support the children with a sense of belonging, well-being, and a strong sense of identity. How children see themselves as valued, unique, and constructive contributors to their community. How they teach children to learn respect and responsibility, plus care for each other. They learn a love of nature and respect for the environment and work towards developing environmentally sustainable practices. As you can see from the pictures, there is a number of very happy staff, and I looked all around the centre, and it was a clean centre, and the staff themselves were happy and very interactive. When discussing family-centred practice with the staff, it was noted that at times they do exercise a degree of family-focused practice. This is only, however, when they recognise a child is either experiencing neglect or abuse, and discussions with the parents are not as positive as they would like. Staff explained that they try to engage with the family. However, if the family or parents do not discuss the issues raised with the centre, then the centre and staff are bound under regulations to report the matter to authorities in the best interest of the child. While this has only happened on 2 occasions in the past 6 years, it is a requirement under law. Staff appeared uncomfortable speaking about these two situations, as it seemed to go against their goal, which is to work collaboratively with all families. However, they also understood their legal requirement to report matters. As you can see from this slide, they do work hard at the centre to ensure that all parents know what they're hoping to achieve for their children, how they record the children learn in different ways and at their own time, and I find this very impressive. The next slide is about what children will learn and do, and it also is about learning the children's routines, their cultural values, religious beliefs, and any medical issues or court orders. They discuss the special needs of any children and how parents should be talking with staff in regards to these to assist the child to transition and integrate. The centre explains to all families how they arrive at the service, what they do, a little about their lunch, and also to advise the staff of any issues that they may need to be aware of. They also advise what type of lunch to bring each day and what the children need each and every day while they're at the centre. Again, the centre has an open door policy, and they get visits from the local fire trucks and police, ambulance, schools visit, and they sing songs and put on performances for the children. They get a library visit every week where stories are read, and the RSPCA comes and brings animals for the children so they can learn to care for the animals. The centre also asks any parents or grandparents that may have a special skill to come and share that with the children as well. The service seems to have not only a great inclusion, but it also strives to include cultural diversity and honours the family wisdom. Staff indicate they believe in family resourcefulness and they enjoy working in partnership with families. Staff advise that this allows parents to feel that the staff are accountable for their work and care for their precious children. Staff work collaboratively to include flexibility for families' requirements while working in partnership with them. Educators at the service do take on a professional role as advisors, guides, and influencers for families. Newsletters and conversations often occur to promote reading and collaborative learning at home with the children. There is a sheet for all parents to fill in every week describing the activities that the families and children share during that week or weekend, and this is discussed in group sessions, allowing all children to share and become confident in speaking in front of their peers as they share all their stories, and this also creates community for the children. I would be very happy and comfortable using this service for my children or grandchildren. They have a warm, collaborative, family-centred approach, and staff seem positive, experienced, qualified, guided and interested in the best interest of the family and children. The only barrier I can see is if staff believe a child is experiencing neglect or abuse, what support they may offer the family prior to reporting this to authorities. Staff use what they describe as the decision tree, which is provided by the Government Community Services Department. This is where staff go through a list of questions, they respond, and the outcome assessment of this decision tree makes it clear to staff the next step they must follow. From questions I asked, staff advised that they do in fact have a private meeting with a parent, raise their concern and discuss possible options if a child they feel may be under abuse or neglect. They advise they offer a selection of support services to the family. It is only if the parent refuses to accept the support, does not change their behaviour, and the child is or will experience harm or neglect from no service intervention, does the centre call authorities, and this is only after using the decision tree service to guide them. This was a pleasant story to hear. This assures me that even though they cannot always follow family directive, they are family-centred, as they engage the family and the parents first, offer support before making any professional decision which may go against what the parents prefer. However, this is all in the best interest and the protection and benefit of the child. The other barrier I see may possibly be if staff do not follow the recommendations of their authority or decision tree and either fail to contact authorities or fail to engage the family and move too quickly to contact authorities. There was discussion, and I advised staff are trained and aware of their requirements to not report a family to authorities without exhausting all family-centred possibilities and options. These matters seem vital to protect the integrity of the family while protecting the safety of the child. While the centre has mainly white and Indigenous children attending from Australia, there are a few families, Vietnamese and Chinese, that are also in attendance. When I discussed these cultural differences and the language barrier with staff, they advised that they get interpreters in via the department to assist the families and the staff for the first few weeks of the children attending the service. The staff elect to learn basic language in either the Vietnamese or Mandarin language, and they use that for the children and speak Chinese or Vietnamese and English. They also use visual aids for the children to assist them to integrate and to learn the English language. I found this very refreshing and very culturally aware. Again, this was a really well presented, family-centred practice. All staff I interviewed seemed appropriately trained and knowledgeable of their requirements and placed the interest of the family first. The centre has also just finished an updated child protection training program for all staff in late 2014. While this was not a mandatory or government requirement, the director and staff believed an update to ensure all staff were aware of their role and requirements when dealing with families and any presenting issues. I found this a wonderful initiative. Staff attended this training in their own donated free time, while the service paid for the training company to undertake the training. This is a family-centred practice and reflected aspects of this in a practical manner. Thank you.